Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. And today I will be reading A Katsu Extruder by Lovely Angst on Tumblr. So let's get into it. It had been a rather long night for Katsuki at his hero agency. Today was a publicity day for him, which meant, in other words, that he had to tone down his attitude towards the public. It was exhausting. It was great meeting fans, but to be truthful, it didn't diminish his tiredness by the end of the day. And also having to control himself like that, it was difficult and took a lot of effort on his part. And all he wanted when he was done with his day was to be with you. That's all he thought about the whole day. That's what he waited for. And it kind of embarrassed him how you were the highlight of his entire day. But it was the truth, wasn't it? It had been almost 2 weeks that Katsuki had actually seen you. You were busy with your university, while he was busy with his hero work. The two busy schedules, unable to align. It was awful. And to make matters worse, you and Katsuki did not live together yet. Yes, yet. Oh, how it would make Katsuki's tough days so much better just to come home to you. And leaving the hero agency for the night, Katsuki looked up at the night sky with many thoughts in his mind. Why don't I just ask her if we can move in together? And shoving his hands in his pockets, Katsuki headed towards your apartment, deciding that yeah, why not just ask you? He was going to ask you if you wanted to live together and move in with him. And while he didn't want to admit it, his ear did heat up at the thought of him asking you to officially live with him and move in completely. It was almost like proposing. Yes, it was silly of him, but he was not going to let anyone know that. He could be silly in secret, and no one would ever find out. Entering the building quietly, Katsuki headed towards your apartment before stopping in front of your door to find the spare key that you had lent him not so long ago. He was not sure if you were awake or not. He also didn't bother to text you that he was on his way over. A little bit rude on his part, but hey, he was coming over after all. So that was good, wasn't it? Slipping inside, he quietly proceeded to shut the door behind him before shooting out a greeting in the quiet space that you had left in. But Katsuki did not get any reply, as if the quiet house was just staring back at him, empty. And it looked so unlike the vibe of your house, because you always had something on, unless you were studying. But then again, you would be hearing him right now, wouldn't you? Katsuki raised a brow, confused at the entire ordeal. The light in your room was on, and usually you would come running towards him at the sound. But today he got no response. Did he mess up? He didn't know. And trudging down towards your room, Katsuki slams your door open. Hey, did you not? And stopping mid-sentence, Katsuki's eyes drift over to your exhausted state, displayed out on the table, over all your textbooks and worksheets. Damn, you were overworking again, weren't you? You look stressed, and terrible to say the least. But that did not mean that Katsuki thought that you were any less beautiful than usual. He loved you, even when you were stressed and exhausted, yes. And squatting over by your sleeping form, Katsuki observed the tight features on your face. Sighing softly, he picked you up in his arms before carrying you over to your bed and shutting the lights off. Katsuki sat down next to you, holding you onto his chest gently as he closed his eyes to drift off to sleep with you. Katsuki, he whispered tiredly as he shifted in his arms. And looking up at him, Katsuki pushed her head back into his chest. Just go to sleep. Why did you come here so late? You asked curiously. The moonlight that shone through your blinds outlined Katsuki's form as he wrapped her back gently. He was always so affectionate at night, especially when you're exhausted like this. It was so sweet, and it almost made you want to overwork more. But you knew he wouldn't like that, and that it would not be good for you at all, so you wouldn't be doing that. I wanted to ask you something, but you passed out on me, Katsuki responded, and you hummed in response, now more awake. Well, what did you want to ask me? Katsuki avoided your gaze not so subtly as he looked over at the wall. I wanted to move in with me, he starts, noticing your eyes widen. Or at least you can find a place for the both of us. Really? You squeak out. And Katsuki finally glances down at you. I would love to move in with you. I get to see my favorite person first thing in the morning. And the last face I see before I go to sleep. It's like a dream come true. Yes, of course I want this, he said happily, sounding overexcited. But that made him so happy and glad, and relieved on the inside. He was thinking that you might say no. But right now, he was more than happy that he had asked you. He was going to take care of you, especially now that he saw you passed out like this. Sighing happily, he leaned back into his chest. I just want to be with you. Blush rose into Katsuki's cheeks from your words. You really knew how to get him embarrassed with your cheesy words. Just shut up and go to sleep. And maybe one day, he would ask you another special question. Thank you guys for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. I hope you enjoyed listening to this as much as I did making it. Anyway, goodbye.